Hi y'all, this is Charity from F.R.O.G Crochet. I am currently uploading a channel video for today. Let me get, and I'm knocking everything down.
Goodbye. Hello, everybody.
Get our verse for today.
Okay, how are we supposed to check the chat?
And get that.
Mute it.
So far there's nobody on here, but alright, our verse for today is, "But to all who did receive him, who believe in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." John 1:12. Alright, I have been tagged by Anita from Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita, and she tagged me with doing the Family Feud Yarny style tag.
We do have someone watching us.
Okay.
Is that Andrew?
But before
it looks like Andrew.
we get that started, I do have a photo.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Whoever's in the chat.
Everybody that's in the chat is sewing 4. This I got done, just finished it today. It's, the pattern really is
Andrew, I'm right here.
a pineapple,
hello.
It's a circular pineapple afghan, but I shortened it and turned it into a doily.
Yes, hi, Andrew. I'm right here.
I will be, I can't read, I'm sorry y'all, I keep getting close to do we need to turn things off?
No, it's just because it's in the same household. And our internet is terrible. It's trying to keep up with this and that.
Are you off of there?
No.
That might be what some of it is too.
You want me to watch it from my tablet then?
If you don't mind.
Okay then. Then I will do this.
Right. We will be doing a fall festival for families in our area, November 5th. And I'm doing that as a door prize. Scarf will be a door prize. I've already showed it.
You know, it's probably also going to do that for me too, right?
Why he left? Something about that's why he left. Is it still showing up blurry, Andrew?
I dropped my phone, that's why I left.
No. Alright. Question number 1 on the tag is something you hate to find in your yarn. Something I hate to find in my yarn, it would be a bunch of tied-ins where they've added extra, just added yarn. I guess the thing of yarn they were working with, and they've just added in. Finding more than 5 in yarn would be, or like the last thing of yarn that I had.
Why can I not type in the chat? It says create a channel to join the chat. Who am I signed in as?
Or I have found, like, where I was trying to find the end of it, the center pole, and I found a bunch of scrap pieces shoved in the center of it and not tied to the rest of the yarn. So number 2, something you do for your significant other when they buy you yarn.
Andrew, please don't be weird in the chat.
Well, he don't buy me yarn very often. He tells me I'm too picky. And I said, well, I said, our daughter knows what I like, and you could take her with you. And she could pick out yarn.
You know what I just realized?
Or he will, if he does, he will take me.
The account I'm using is not a moderator. Wait, I know what to do. I switch.
He has taken me for one of our anniversaries to Hobby Lobby, and let me get yarn that way.
My tablet's gonna explode.
And basically I told him thank you. Gave him a hug. Something you snack on while crocheting or knitting. I don't try not to snack a lot whenever I'm doing it. May put a piece of candy in my mouth and then, a little bit, but as long as it's, something that I won't get on my fingers.
Alright, Andrew, you better behave in the chat, because now I can put you in timeout.
Number 4, an item found in your yarn bag. Besides the usual. Somebody popped in now. Who was that?
I don't know. Says we got 4 people watching though. But no one's saying anything in the chat.
You got it on top chat?
No, I have it on live chat.
Oh, that was Andrew. I'm gonna leave, so have a good night and a good weekend. Alright, bye Andrew.
I couldn't even see that. What happened?
An item found in your yarn bag. Okay, besides the usual.
Hello.
I can't see who it is. Hi, welcome in.
Andrew says congratulations on 300 subscribers. And that's Melva? Noble?
Okay. Melva, okay. Welcome in, Melva.
I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. I probably did.
Besides yarn, my hooks, maybe a stitch marker, if I actually find one, because half the time I can't find my stitch markers. I put them somewhere.
I think I'm sitting on a bag of mail.
Well. Sometimes I have my devotional in there.
Bye, Andrew. Did I distract you?
Sometimes
Oh, that's good. I didn't want to mispronounce any names.
Sometimes the church bulletin is in my yarn bag because I do take a bag of yarn or a project with me to church because I stay up late, and not only that, history was my worst subject in school.
Same with me. I'm terrible at history, but for some reason I can ace the tests.
I will fall asleep in a history class in like seconds.
I fell asleep in Spanish.
So I crochet while listening to the pastor's sermon to stay awake. It's almost like having a fidget spinner or something like that in your hand. So that's kind of my fidget spinner or fidget thing that I do when
Squishies.
I listen, keep myself awake, because you can ask Miss Kitty, I fall asleep easily during the day. It don't take much. I could sit in this chair and fall asleep sitting up.
I fell asleep standing one time.
I did when I was pregnant with your brother, but I found out that I had gestational diabetes when that happened. Anyway,
I was just extremely tired.
5, something you drink while crocheting or knitting. Well, I don't knit, but I do crochet. I've started learning how to knit.
I started that loop yarn stuff, and I don't really drink anything while working.
Sometimes I'll have a soda or water.
If I do have
tea.
anything, it's coffee.
And usually in the morning is coffee. And number 6. Nobody can see you. Quit interrupting me.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have a place to sit. And I want to talk too.
Something you watch while crocheting or knitting. If I'm not watching a tutorial on how to crochet it, usually Netflix, or sometimes, what's the other? Roku.
Mostly romance movies.
The not usually.
Well, whenever I come down here and you're crocheting or doing something, you're watching a romance movie.
Not all the time.
Most of the time, but
Sometimes
I don't come down very often.
Well, so a lot of times those usually are romance movies that I've already seen, and I can just kind of listen to it while I'm crocheting. I did like watching the NCIS shows, but I think I've already ran through all of the seasons on Netflix at least 4 or 5 times. So, you know,
Kind of gets old.
Mark Harmon is very nice to look at, but after about 4 or 5 times and you kind of almost got the show memorized each episode, yeah, you need to find something else to watch.
I do that with Pokemon.
And I hate that Abby's gone. I really, really don't like the newer episodes where Abby's not there.
My aunt named her dog after her. That's what she told me. She said she named Abby after her.
I was wondering how they named that dog.
Yep, that's how.
Alright, number 7 is name a sport you love to watch or play.
Dodgeball. I love playing dodgeball. It's fun.
I don't like watching sports unless I did enjoy it when I was in high school watching high school basketball, because to me that's more entertaining. The professional and college ones, to me, they are trying, which I know they're trying to make a set play, and it's teaching them to do a certain play as a team. And are just, let's do this, and they get out there and it's very aggressive a lot of the times, and that to me is more entertaining than trying to see somebody make a play come to hey, this is what coach wants us to do, we do this.
When we had the 4th and 5th
volleyball team,
struggling.
But I was at a Christian school, and at that time that was the only thing they allowed the girls to play was volleyball, and they allowed the boys to play basketball. Later I found out the girls actually did a basketball team, but that was several years after I had graduated. But as far as watching sports on TV, I really don't. And one of the things that really ruined me on playing or watching that was my stepdad used to watch sports nonstop. If it wasn't basketball, it was baseball, then it was football. And if none of those three were on, he literally sat there and watched golf. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious right now?
Oof.
Me and my sister would try to watch a movie, and then about halfway through the movie, he would say, oh, my game's on. And then we didn't get to watch the movie. We didn't get to finish watching what we were watching. We had to sit there. And so to irritate him, because he just irritated us, we would sit
the other team.
I just got disconnected and reconnected. We would find out what team he was rooting for, and we would sit there just to annoy the snot out of him and root for the opposite team.
Just to annoy him.
Yep.
I would stand in front of the TV.
Especially when his favorite teams came on. And his favorite football team was Chicago Bears. And he really didn't like it when they played against Dallas. And so we would sit there, and I actually had a Dallas sweatshirt, and I purposely wore that sweatshirt when Dallas played the Bears, just to irritate him. And me and my sister sat there on the couch and cheered for Dallas Cowboys.
I wonder why me and little man irritate the snot out of each other all the time. I wonder where I get it from.
But and his favorite. Now we did agree on the same basketball team, which was Chicago Bulls. I did like watching Scottie Pippen and Jordan when they were teamed up together.
But would you still root for the other one anyways?
No, I would actually root for Chicago Bulls whenever. Now, when Jordan left, it just I lost interest in basketball. Then now his favorite team for Chicago baseball was the Cubs, and I actually had a Chicago White Sox shirt, and I wore that on purpose just to irritate him on that one. I just, somebody gave it to us. I had it. I wore it. He didn't like it, but it's like I made a purpose of wearing it especially when he started watching a football game or baseball or any of those games. Mainly baseball. I would wear it in, especially when the Cubs were playing. I would wear the White Sox shirt.
Mean.
Number 8. Name a fruit that isn't round. Star fruit.
Pear.
Alright.
It's an awkward shape. I don't know how to describe it.
Number 9 is name something you crochet or knit before Christmas. For Christmas or the holiday you celebrate.
You like to do blankets.
Yeah, I like to do blankets for gifts for Christmas. Sometimes I do shawls.
Stuffed animals.
Yeah, sometimes I do stuffed animals. Hi, Cozy Corner.
Yeah. What you said.
Alright, now I have got to, I'm sorry, I'm on my phone and the typing on here is very small. That's why I get real close whenever
I can read it for
chat
you.
comes up.
I have it over here.
I am going to tag these 3. They do not have to do it if they don't want to. Oh, hey, Daigo! Welcome in. I am going to tag Seta from Seta's Place, Dory from Dory Did It, and Cindy from Life and Yarn Tangled. And you all don't have to do it if you don't want to. But that is those.
Now, can I tell them what we're doing every
Friday? You can tell them. You want to sit here and tell them.
Sure.
Alright, she's got something she wants to tell y'all.
Yep, it's something that's happening every Friday. It started last week. I don't know if you guys watched it or anything, but every Friday we're starting something new, and it's called Friday Kitty's Creations. I have made a ton of videos in my spare time, and we're going to start posting one every Friday. We posted a coffee one last week.
Look at me.
I'm more comfortable looking at you, okay? It makes me feel more comfortable. Yes, get behind the camera. That's better. So it started last week. We're doing it every Friday, and there's going to be a new one. And I'm going to upload it in, I don't know when, sometime tonight.
Probably after the live.
But it's called Miss Kitty Meets a Karen. And I enjoyed making that one. It was funny.
She usually finds these little videos, short videos on YouTube. Some of them come from TikTok that somebody has posted on YouTube, and then she does a little cartoon version using Gotcha.
Gotcha Club.
And she recreates it in her way.
Yeah, and using my custom characters I've made. I have myself, I have a friend of mine, and I also have Little Man. He's a little monkey dressed in blue. And me and my friend have given him the nickname Paimon from a video game my friend plays, because they are alike in so many ways. So sometimes you'll see the name Paimon in these videos because that's the nickname we gave him.
And the first one she put out last Friday is actually, that's her character in the background behind, and the person in the blue with the blue coffee cup is me, that she has created for me.
I still haven't named it. I need to find it. Oops, be right back. Okay.
So, anyway, she will be uploading one this Friday, or after the live. But from now on,
It is Friday.
she will be starting to upload one every Friday.
Yep.
So, anyway, all right.
I got excited when I was like, tomorrow's Friday. I get to upload another video. Let's go.
I need a lens wipe thing real quick, because I think that's why that.
And if you guys can't tell, I've had sugar. I'm extremely hyper.
Let me give you a lens wipe.
A lens wipe for what?
My phone.
Your phone. But you're live right now.
I know. Just need to do that camera, though. The lens on the camera is like really frosty looking.
Well, also, the internet's terrible and is trying to keep up with that. It's
Yes.
such a delay.
But it's also kind of frosty and pixely. And...
But I was excited when...
Sorry about that. I'm cleaning my lens.
I was extremely excited when she... Oh, that looks so much better.
Alright.
Squirrel. Squirrel moment. I was so excited when she agreed to let me upload these videos on her channel, because I can't have my own yet. Dad won't let me have one yet. And I talked to him about it. He says he's not ready for me to have one yet. So, I'm just gonna have to wait. But I really want one. And now I'm forced out of the seat. You guys get to hear me in the background again. I shall interrupt the video.
Okay. Now, I do have a yarn haul. Me and little man went, and this is my bag I just got. Oh, hi, Ivy. Welcome
Hello.
in.
If you just came in, you missed it. I was telling everybody.
I finally got me some Halo yarn. I got me, and little man helped me pick these out.
I won't get to tell her.
I'm sorry, Ivy. Let Miss Kitty tell you what she wants to tell you.
Every Friday, I have a thing called Friday Kitty's Creations, where I post videos I've made in my spare time on this channel that I've made using God, and I have taken like videos that was already on YouTube or memes, whatever you want to call them, and redid them using my characters. There you go.
Alright. Me and little man last weekend went to Joann's. I picked this one, which is the Vanilla Frost. And I grabbed this one and I said, "You like this one?" "Yeah, I like that one." I said, "Well, how about this one?" And this one here is the Harbor Frost.
What do you mean there was a problem with the server? Oh.
And I picked up another blue and I showed him this one. I said, "This one or that one?" He picked this one. And I found a green and I picked that one up and I said, "Well, that one or this one?" He said, "This one." So he helped me pick it out. And I think they go good together. I got two of these and one of this one. And he picked out for his blanket.
I love to crochet said, "Hello, Miss Charity."
That's Miss Tank. Hi, Tank.
Sorry, I haven't got used to who's who yet.
Sorry. I let him pick out a thing of yarn, and he picked this one out, Big Twist Varsity Blue, to go with his blanket. I have been working on it. I've got one more row of the color I'm working on, and 4 more colors for last month, and then I got to get him to get caught up with this month. But he picked this one out for his blanket, so that'll probably go on next month's colors. And then I let him pick out some charms to make stitch markers. And he picked this out. They look like little coins. And then he also picked out some beads to go with it. So this will probably go in at least one of these will go in for his birthday.
Ivy said tankster in the house.
And then this is actually all silver. This looks a lot like this one, but it's actually clear in the middle, and then it's got that silvery rainbowy colors in the middle of the beads. And this one's all solid silver. But he picked those out to go with this for me to make some stitch markers. And speaking of those stitch markers, we will be doing a live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be celebration for little man's birthday. He will be turning 9 tomorrow. We will be going and doing something with him out as a family tomorrow during the day, and then we will be back home in time to do this. I am going to be giving away one prize. Will have 2 things of cake yarn, and they're going to be the same colorway and same kind of yarn. That'll be one of the prizes given away. Another one will be a big, huge jumbo thing, and I believe it was a Macarena type yarn.
Ivy said, last single digit birthday, happy early birthday. Well, he's in bed right now.
Yeah, little man's in bed.
Cozy Corner said, happy birthday to him. Tank said, happy birthday.
It's a big, huge thing of thick yarn, and then I will be giving away another smaller cake, but it's like really thin yarn. And I like to kind of do those two together so I can see my stitches because it's kind of fuzzy yarn. So those are 2 cakes that'll be going together as a gift. And then the other one will be a set of 3 stitch markers. One will be one of these, and then 2 others will go with it that me and Miss Kitty will put together. And I will let little man help me. Well, since he's already picked these out, I'll probably get Miss Kitty to help finish putting those together. Anyway. And then I did pick up.
Why am I still here?
So
why am I still here again? Do I really
went to you're watching the chat for me? I went to
But I'm getting bored.
Dollar Tree, and I got some cotton yarn. Yeah.
I'm getting
oddly enough,
notifications.
This green was the only one they had that had the paper still on it in the solid. So I got that one. This one I think was sage. Yes, sage. And then this one is the sage marled. And this is turquoise marled and turquoise.
Tank said ours doesn't have to
have the
ours
cotton.
doesn't have the cotton.
Actually, this was not in our local town. I had to go to the next town over, which is, well, really, both towns are 30 minutes away. But this town had the Joann's. The other town that we normally go to does not have Joann's.
It has Michael?
No, it does not have Michael's.
Wait, what is
That's
that?
Roanoke. That's an hour away.
Oh.
But the Dollar Tree, the town that I normally go to, is a lot smaller, than some of them that I go to. So, and it's very, very, very rarely has any yarn. It's very hard to find it. And when they do get it, it gets sold out really quick.
Who they are? It says I'm back.
Yes, she said she'd had to go in a little bit earlier. And then I did pick up, I'm going to try it. Hopefully it turns out. I'm going to try putting clay handles on some crochet hooks. This one is a teal pearl. It's like a lighter teal color. And this one is white glitter.
Wait, what are those?
It's clay.
It's clay?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do polymer clay handles.
Cool.
And then this one is peacock.
Peacock?
Pearl. It's a darker teal color. Those three went together really good. I'm going to try to do me some clay handles.
I keep getting your YouTube notifications. I'm signed in as you.
But anyway, but right now that's all. Well, thank you, Miss Tank. Or no, that was Daigo, wasn't it?
I was about to say, wait a minute.
I'm sorry. I just seen the thumbs up, and it just about the time I got.
Don't forget to thumbs up for our sweet hostess. Handles, stitch markers, earrings, etc.
I'm gonna start with this.
Is that bakeable clay?
Yes, it's oven baked cake. Yeah.
Did you say cake?
Oven baked clay. Yes.
I heard cake, but okay.
Well, probably because I got cake on the brain from making your brothers.
Yeah, it smells good. It's over there.
And those of you that didn't get to see, I do have a faux instead of a whip.
Is that
I finished this
nugget?
up today, and it's a pineapple. It's supposed to be a circular pineapple blanket, but I made this into a doily because we have a church function coming up at the beginning of
Tank said pretty.
November. I did another one, and I actually do like this one. It almost looks like a sunflower this way, but it does have the pineapple stitch in there. And this was supposed to be the start of a new row of doing some more pineapples, but I stopped it there at that. I think that was row 16, I think. But sorry. Anyway, I did one that I don't know. It turned out really weird. Okay, I guess. I did the center is this light green, and then I did the dark gold here, and then I did the medium green. What I did was just 2 rows. I did a really dark green here in the middle, 2 rows of the medium green, and 2 rows of the light green, and then the different colors of the gold here, and then I did 4 rows of this one. I've got, and this actually is not showing 2 different tones right here. It almost looks like the same. But there's 2 rows of this really dark, and then this one, and then there's another gold color here, and then the really light one is out here. But the other one I did, 2 rows of green, 2 rows of the gold, 2 rows of green. But I do like how them turned out a lot better. But these will be going as a door. This one will go as a door prize for our church's family fall festival.
Tank said looks like a sunflower.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I got it done. I just did put it together.
Hey, if you put brown instead of green in the middle, it would look like a sunflower.
I don't have brown.
I was just saying it would look like a sunflower. I'm sorry for me.
I'm sorry, my
Screen
internet.
looks fuzzy, goes in and out. I'll refresh to see if it
It's probably mine. My internet is not the greatest, and she's got her tablet on here,
and in the middle of a video call, but my camera's off and my mic's
and then
muted.
I've also got I'm trying to upload my devotional right now too. So
was thinking the same thing, as it looks like a sunflower.
I thought it did turn out like looking like a sunflower. I can give you an update on little man's blanket right now. This is what I've gotten so far. Last time I think I was only up to here, and this was for August, and then we had got sick, and so I have added these on, and I am on this green up here. It's actually called Honeydew.
That goes on the floor again.
So
has
that.
pillow.
And I've been doing just a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, because I've got so many whips right now. This is another one that I had started a long while back.
We've been going for 36 minutes.
This one I had started for Granny D.
Getting bored and wanting sugar.
I'm on the second skein of
we have
yarn.
8 people now. Don't know who just came in, but we have 8 people.
This is my second skein of yarn for this one. When I get it done, it'll be going to Granny D. And this is my pattern. This is the one I call
Pretty.
This is my this and that pattern. Do want to do a tutorial on this. I just haven't got around to doing it after all of us being sick and trying to get back on our feet. And then we've been, me and Miss Kitty went and spent the day with her grandfather. Hey Laura, how are you?
Hello.
Her grandfather has dementia. Her grandmother had to have some tests done at a doctor's appointment, and
Can't wait for what?
I think she can't wait for the tutorial.
Oh, I don't know.
For that,
I didn't know what tut means.
The tutorial for that shawl.
I'm a cat now.
So if you hear me talk about this and that, that's the one I'm talking about, and I do really want to sometimes sit down and do it. With her doing schoolwork too, it's kind of hard, so I try to leave the internet during the day for her.
I mean, I can always take breaks,
and because all her schooling is online.
I really should take more breaks than what I do. I get headaches.
But we will be doing a birthday thing for little man. Right now he has card from Aunt Vi. She made this envelope and she made the card in here. She told me. I have not seen it, have not opened this. He will open this tomorrow on the live. Now his grandmother and grandpa, because they won't be seeing him tomorrow. They
I should really take more breaks.
A birthday card.
Like I said, I agree with Miss Kitty. Needs more breaks. Yeah, I really should. I get headaches really easily.
This one came today, and this is from his granny, my mama.
I'm a cat. I'm kneading on a pillow.
And then Miss Anita told me that she sent little man.
Take 5? Maybe.
Anita from Queen Mama's Hillbilly House.
Let's see if I can remember to take breaks.
Sent little man a birthday card as well. So we've got 4. Well, this one he already opened, but he can open it for y'all too here on tomorrow. But we've got 4 cards for you. And then I will let him, he did get to pick out something. I have not showed you on that. I did let him pick out something last weekend while we were at Joann's for his birthday. I told him this will be for your birthday. I had a 40% off one item coupon, and he picked out something to use that on. And then he also found something else he wanted over at Dollar Tree as well. It was only $5, so I said that's fine. And then we have something for him, and he'll probably show you that. He loves rocks. He loves dinosaurs.
And video games.
But yeah, absolutely loves video games.
He's addicted. I'm addicted to YouTube is what I'm addicted to.
And as far as the rocks go, yeah, I end up with, sometimes we literally end up with stone washed clothes because he will pick up rocks and put them in his pocket.
Sometimes it's coal.
They go through the laundry. And I don't find them until I start taking the clothes out of the washer.
Or a dryer.
Well, yeah, sometimes they don't come out of the pocket until they go through the dryer. But, so yeah, we do end up with some stone washed clothes every once in a while. And now they have not been to a friend of ours in a while, but their son has a forge at their house, and they will allow him to get little teeny tiny pieces of coal, and he will come home with a pocket full of coal, and sometimes he don't get all of them out of his pocket and end up having like 2 or 3 pieces go through my washer. Luckily enough, it don't turn my clothes colors, but when it comes out of the washer, it's nice and shiny. The piece of coal is.
Tank said at least it's not snakes or frogs.
No.
We would probably know if it was.
Yeah, you would definitely know if it was a snake in there, because I would start screaming.
Also, I don't think he would even bother to pick one up.
No, I don't think he would either.
You need to find a rock mine or...
We thought about taking him to a rock mine place one time. We might do that for a summer that we're just not going to go, like either to the beach or to visit my family or something like that. If we do
15-pound chunk of coal on my porch.
If we do like a local type thing. Oh, well, actually, your daddy's got a piece of coal sitting over there.
Oh, and more about me taking... Hold on. Cozy Corner said, I gotta go. Y'all have a good night.
All right,
and
thank you for coming in, Cozy Corner. Good night.
And more about me taking breaks. If I do take any, it's normally just one, and that's for lunch.
Right there, you just passed it.
I did. Where?
Big piece of rock right there in front of your face.
Oh. I am blind, remember? Whenever I go to find something, I'm blind as a bat.
This was given to my husband from his cousin, and it's a piece of coal, and he actually did some deep sea diving at one point, and this is, it's a piece of coal from the Union supply ship Governor, sunk off of the South Carolina coast. Between 1861 and 1865. It was located 40 miles offshore at 80. Found by C something. And this was July 9th, 1995. But his cousin actually went down to that shipwreck and got this from the ship, the Governor. And my husband really loves history.
Yeah, sometimes I'm struggling to stay awake while he's telling history, because it could go on for hours. I mean, when he puts demonstrations into it, and
But this is a piece of coal from that ship.
And you interrupted me. That's nice. But sometimes he'll be telling about us about like ships and wars. I mean, if he brings us into it and gives us like a demonstration of what happened, then I guess it's kind of interesting. Like, he's like, all right, you stand here and I'll stand over here, and then he kind of points out, like, all right, let's say this person was over here and they're aiming at this person while there's another person over here, and just chaos happens. And that's when it gets interesting. But otherwise, I'm just, why am I here? Don't fall asleep, because then he's gonna think I'm a listener. When I'm really not.
Sometimes we just kind of look at him and just,
Yeah. And then we have the moment when he asks us questions. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not big on history.
Neither am I. Or English. I'm big on math, though. Math is my biggest strength.
Math was my favorite subject in school.
I liked my math teacher, Miss Hatch. She was nice.
And
I gave her chocolate.
in the words of Little Man, his favorite subject in school is swimming. This teacher asked him for this year, when she first met him, the day that they get to meet the teacher. She says, "So, what's your favorite subject in school?" "Swimming."
That's not a subject.
And we're like,
Tank said lol.
Yeah, we all laughed and we're like, that's not a subject. Recess. That's not a subject either. PE. And we're like, that's not a subject either.
That's a specials. Mine was arts and crafts. In our school, that's still not a subject. That's a specials.
I know. Then he finally says, well, I guess math would be my favorite, but he doesn't struggled with math.
He's terrible with math.
He's really good with reading.
Spelling, no. He can't spell.
Neither can I.
Well, you can spell better than he can, and then when you spell towelettes instead of toilets.
Yeah, but he's 9, and I'm not. He's still learning how to spell words.
He didn't even spell spelling. He was missing letters.
He's still learning.
It's funny to read his spelling, though. Like,
what was it that he said? What was he said today?
I don't know. I'm too hyped up on sugar.
I can't remember. He said something in the truck coming home this afternoon.
In the truck.
And I just went, you just broke my brain, son. You just broke my brain. I just cannot think about this, like you just said.
And then I go and say, stop sleeping on the ceiling and go walk your pet fish before it drowns. And don't forget to fold the dishes and water the shower.
Oh, he comes up with some stuff. I'll tell you, he's a character. I actually had...
Oh, I remember what it was. The German turkeys coming to attack America.
Yeah, apparently...
That was all he said was, there's German turkeys coming to attack America. And we go, what?
Yeah, apparently for school, when they have their birthday, and since his birthday is tomorrow, he won't be at school tomorrow. They let him get it today. But each of the kids on their birthday get to pick out a book from the office. And I don't know. He's like, I said, so did you have a good day? No, not so. But I got my book today. And then he come out with that. German turkeys are attacking the American... He didn't even put American turkeys, did he? He just said Americans. And I was just like... Me and Miss Kitty just looked at each other and went, huh?
And then I go say,
what are you talking about?
Then I go and say, hey, little man, stop sleeping on the ceiling and go walk your pet fish before it drowns, and don't forget to fold the dishes and water the shower.
He didn't tell us that this was from the book. He just, by the way, But anyway, yeah, he'll just throw stuff out there. Yeah, it's funny sometimes. One of my coworkers when I worked at Walmart, um, he loved, he absolutely loved to hear stories of little man.
Oh, one time he gets a box of Cheez-Its. I just finished eating breakfast. He comes up to me with the Cheez-Its and said, "Did all that food make you hungry for some Cheez-Its?" And I looked at him and said, "What?"
But anyway, this guy he absolutely loved listening to stories about little man. And if I didn't,
we're not going to say what he called him because then you'll hear his name.
If I didn't tell him a story about him in a long while, he would come to me. He's like, "So, has he done anything recently? Do you have any stories?" Literally one day he's like, "I need something to laugh about." He says, "Do you have a story?" Did he do something funny?
Yeah, I asked his sister after she just got done eating breakfast if she was hungry for Cheez-Its.
And he loved all the little stories. He told me, he says, when I retire, he says, I'm gonna write a book about his stories. So wait a minute, this is my kid. Why are you writing stories about my kid?
Tell him that you need to be
I said,
paid.
I want to get some money out of this. If you do. But first time he really talked to him and anything, we had gotten there, went to go shopping, and I had the cart, and I said, well, we need to go get our stuff, and we'll see you later. I said, bye. And he says, okay. He said, and this is the coworker. He says, after a while, crocodile, and little man says, what?
You ain't supposed to say that to kids. This is not appropriate.
Hold on, let me say it. And he just turned around and looked at the guy, and he said, you ain't supposed to say that to children's.
Children's?
And he says, why not? He said, you're supposed to say after a while, crocodile. And he said, no, you ain't supposed to talk to children's like that. And he's like, okay, what am I supposed to say? He said, well, you're just supposed to say goodbye. And he said, okay, well, goodbye then. And from then on, he asked me about it. He's like, has he done anything silly lately? That he always loved to listen to his little stories.
He put stamps on the door. And in the bathroom.
One time I had to get my license renewed this last go around. His babysitter was sick, and I don't think we had the backup babysitter at the time. And so I went up to my boss and the other, his assistant. Both of them were my bosses, and I said, so which one of y'all want to watch Little Man for me tomorrow while I go get my license renewed? And they're like, what are you talking about? I said, which one of y'all want to go, want to watch him for me? And they're like, seriously? I said, yeah, seriously. Well, don't you have a babysitter? I said, yeah, but she's sick, and so I don't have a backup, and I've got to go get this done, or my license is going to expire, and then I can't drive. I said, y'all want me to get here to work, right? They're like, yeah. And my boss, he's like, okay, well, how long? I said, probably just for a couple hours. And he's like, well, what time? I said, early in the morning. I plan to be there as soon as they open, which was 8 o'clock. And he's okay. He said, I'll watch him for a while. I get back. Oh, and I said, how did it go? He said, oh, it went great. He said, he's full of questions. And I said, okay. And he said, but the most interesting one was he had to go to the bathroom. And all of a sudden he says, hey, why is your potty water blue? And he said, what? He said, why is your potty water blue? So what are you talking about? And he said that. He pointed in the toilet. He said, why is the potty water blue? And he said, I laughed and laughed. He He said, after I got done laughing, he finally says, well, we put a thing in the tank back here and it cleans the toilet for us, so we don't have to clean it as often. And he said, oh, okay.
Why is the potty water blue?
But anyway,
when
I had got there to pick him up, he had just got done fixing him some hot chocolate. So he fixed him up a hot chocolate to go in the to-go cup. And he's like, is that all right? I said, yeah, that's fine. But he said, every time he asked me a question, I asked him a question in turn. And he finally realized that I was doing that. What?
Blue potty water.
Yeah, I had to laugh at it. I said, yep, leave it to my son to ask questions like this.
Oh, tell him when you hit a deer and there's dookie smeared on the
No.
Well, that was funny. First thing that came out of his mouth. When he came in.
But anyway, he finally realized that after he got done asking a question, my boss would ask him a question. And he says, why do you keep asking me a question after I ask a question? Well, why do you keep asking questions all the time? He looked at him like, huh. He never answered me. He got quiet for a while. And he started up on questions again.
He's just curious. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
He does. He will ask you a lot of questions.
He likes to play the what if game. It's like, what if this happened? I don't know.
Oh, when we sit and wait for the bus, why'd the truck do that? I don't know. I don't know why the truck made that noise. It did. So, but why, Mom? Because I don't know. It's an old truck. It makes noises.
Why? I don't know.
I said, you better not break that because he was messing with something under the dashboard. But why? I said, because you tear up Daddy's truck and he ain't going to be happy. Oh.
Why?
Yes, his favorite question is why.
My favorite thing to say to him is no. He goes, hey, Sissy, guess what? No.
Yeah, even if I tell him no, he'll say, why? I said,
because no.
A lot of the times it's because I am Mom and I said no. And he'll still say, why?
We do not have patience for him. And that's why me and my friend gave him the nickname Paimon.
But anyway, and oh yes, she wants me to tell you the story of the deer hitting my car. Yeah, that was not a fun morning. I had dropped Miss Kitty off at her aunt's house to go
to school.
I had to go to work early, and my sister-in-law worked at the school at the time, and she would take her to school. And little man was not old enough to be in school yet. He was in the back seat in his car seat, and I didn't see it. And all of a sudden he said, Mom, what's that? And then when I looked, of course, by the time he seen it and I saw it, it was too late. It was a big old doe. I mean, huge doe. But it was just in full run and slammed into the side of my car. And hit the car. Now, what happened was after I pulled over, found out that some guy was coming up his driveway. And it was over there in his field, and when he went up the driveway, it had spooked that deer out in the road, and she hit me. I could not get out of the car, and I wanted to get out to see what the damage was, if I could still drive it. I couldn't get my car door open, so I'm trying to climb through to the passenger side. This car had a shifter and it was automatic, but the shifter piece was down in between the two seats of the driver's seat and the passenger seat. So I'm trying 200 plus pounds trying to come over and climb over this little shifter piece into the passenger seat to get out the passenger door. My 3-year-old son is in the back seat laughing his little hiney off at his mommy. He says, "Mommy, what are you doing?" I said, "I cannot get my door open, so I have to climb over to get out of the car." And he just laughed and laughed at me. I got out, I looked at the car, and it was still drivable. I just couldn't open my door. And so I get back in and climb back through, sitting in the back seat, laughing his behind off at Mommy, climbing back through the car. We get to the babysitter's house, climb back through. He's back there laughing. I go around, get him out, and he sees the side of my car. And he says, "Mommy, I don't think that is mud on the side of your car." I said, "You will be right, son." He said, "I think that the deer dookied on your car." I said, "Well, you would be right." He said, "Ha, that's funny." He said, the deer dookied on your car." I said, "No, it's not funny." He said, "Yeah, it is." And then he beat feet, I mean, as fast as he could before I could get a hold of him. Went straight into the babysitter's house and immediately says, "Guess what happened today? Mommy hit a deer and it dookied all over the side of Mommy's car." And before I even got in there, because I had to get his diaper bag and everything out of the car and take it in there to the babysitter, she's dying laughing, and then she's trying to compose herself. And she looked at me and she said, "I'm sorry." She said, "But your son came in and just told everything." And I was like, oh, I said, "What did he tell you?" And I had to laugh because it was kind of funny. And she's trying not to laugh while she's telling me. And I said, "Oh, that ain't the funniest part." I said, "The funniest part is him sitting in the back seat laughing at me while I'm trying to climb out of the car because I have to climb over to the passenger seat to get out." And it never failed.
On the car.
It never failed. He laughed at me every time I could get in and out of the car through the passenger side. He laughed so hard. He was crying. He was laughing so hard.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm crying while laughing.
And thank goodness I didn't have to drive it for very long.
Can't say the darndest things. Yes, they do.
Oh, not only that, later on when I picked him up that evening after work.
After he'd done told all his little friends.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, it was an interesting day." I said, "I'm sure it was with him today." She said, "Oh, yeah." She said every time one of his little friends showed up, that was the first thing out of his mouth.
Not even, "Hi, how are you?" Just, "Oh, a deer dookied on Mommy's car."
That was the first thing out of his mouth. Was as soon as they walked in, was, "Mommy hit a deer this morning and it dookied on her car." And so the babysitter had to kind of stifle laughs all day long and explain what happened. And of course, he thought it was hilarious. And she kept telling him, it's not funny.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
funny. And he simply looked at her and just, yes, it is. But she liked to get him because she told me stories of him that he was very gullible.
Oh, the lipstick story. She would
liked-
wink at me every time she was gonna mess with him, and she had a fake, never a dull moment. Yes.
Yes, with him, yes, it is never a dull moment.
I want to tell this story. So it was funny. She turned and winked at me and pointed to what he was doing, and I'm like, all right, I'll play along because I know you're gonna mess with him. And she says, "Little man." I'm not gonna say his name.
He had a little toy plastic.
I was gonna say what he had.
Well, you weren't telling that.
There was a fake play makeup set that came with a girl's thing that her daughter
Her
had
daughter
gotten
had it.
for her birthday, I'm assuming, or something else. And he had the lipstick. And he kept rubbing it on his lips and pretending to put it on. And then she says, "Little man, your lips are red." He goes, "Uh-uh." And then I say, "Yeah, they're red." She says, "Yeah, you need to go look in the mirror." So he goes into the bathroom. It says, "They're not red." And I said, or we both said, "Yeah, they're natural. It's naturally red."
She made him think that lipstick was actually, he was putting lipstick on, that the red from it was coming off. And yeah, he started flipping out and he actually went, but she loved messing with him. She said, I will miss being able to mess with him when he went to school.
Oh, I loved when we played our games of hide and seek. It would help me hide. And one time I hid in the windowsill, and I fell asleep in the windowsill, and they just continued playing games without me. I didn't get woken up until lunchtime when she's like, "Wait a minute." And she asked the other kids, "Where's Miss Kitty?" She didn't call me that. She called me by my actual name. But she said, "Where's Miss Kitty?" "I don't know." And she starts thinking, she's probably still in the window. So she comes into the window and wakes me up. It's like, "It's lunchtime. Can you help me pass out the food?" I said, "They forgot about me, didn't they?" "Yep." They left you in the window.
When he was very little, that's actually the stand fan. We brought it over here when we moved. But we lived in a double wide trailer, and the AC was terrible in that. The unit that was there was too small for the trailer. But so we had a stand fan to kind of help circulate some air. But he loved to play hide and seek. And his favorite place to hide was behind the stand fan. Fan,
yes.
And I'd be sitting on the couch, and the stand fan was in the living room with me. And he's standing behind the fan. You can't see me. Yes, I can. I'm looking at you right now. No, you can't see me. I'm hiding. I can clearly see you standing behind the fan. Mom, you weren't supposed to see me. I was hiding. And I have to laugh. The man stand only belly is big around. Pole, he's standing behind the pole. The pole's only about this big around.
Tiger coming up with the best stuff in the chat. Just emojis alone can make it even more funny.
Yeah, he would do it every time. I'd close my eyes.
I want to tell him about the time when I went to school and he would fall asleep and bring it back home.
I would literally close my eyes, couldn't see what he was doing, and I'd look up after counting, and there he was every time. He never found another place to hide. It was always behind the stand fan. And he would, you can't see me. Every time, you can't see me. Like, I found you. Nope, you can't see me. When he called her Nana.
I hated it.
Well, he couldn't say her real name. He called her Nana when he was little.
He still does it sometimes, and I still hate it.
When she first went to school, he hated it.
I want to tell the story. Based on what you've told me.
Okay.
So he would fall asleep in the car while we were in the line to go to get into school.
That's a bitch. Golly.
Cat pops out of the box. Ta-da! Here I am. Says. Alright. But he would fall asleep, and then I would be in school, and my bedroom door was always closed. Because Mom told me to keep it closed so he wouldn't get in there and mess with stuff, and it was a giant mess in there.
Well, you had a lot of small toys, and I didn't want him getting a hold of those.
Oh, I need to tell him about a story where you couldn't find me until I moved. Because of how much stuff there was. But, he would run down the hallway and knock on the door.
Nana,
you in there? And then Mom would call, she's not home, she's at school. Oh, okay. Runs back down the hallway and comes sits with you.
He checked the bathroom.
Oh, he checked the bathroom? You didn't tell me that part. You just said he ran back down the hallway and came sat with you.
He would check the bathroom, too.
And then after a while, he'd do it again. You still tell her, she's not home. She's at school. He'd do it again. A few minutes later, goes back down there again, knocks on the door, and he just kept repeating that.
You know, first time, though, he started crying whenever she wasn't there. When I first told him she wasn't there, she was at school. I want my Nana. I said, why don't you come over here and sit with me? No, I want my Nana. Well, she's at school. She'll be home later. Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to tell a story about you?
No,
when Dad was supposed to be watching you?
I've already told that one.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I mean, for the people who weren't here, I guess we could tell it again. Dad was supposed to be watching me, and I got into the baby powder and trailed it throughout the entire house except for the rooms where the door was closed.
Your bedroom, the hallway,
the living room, the kitchen, and the laundry room.
All the way through the laundry room.
I think even the bathroom, too. No, bathroom was closed.
He kept that closed so he didn't play in the toilet.
And then after I got tired of dumping it everywhere, I jumped in it. At first he thought I was smoking. He says, alright guys, I gotta go, because he was playing games with his nephews. And he goes, alright guys, I gotta go. Like, now. Gets to smelling it, turns around.
He smelled it first. He's like, I think I smell smoke. And then he sniffed it again, and he's like, that don't smell like smoke. And he turns around and looks, and the whole living room floor is white. It was green carpet, shag carpet, and the floor was white. And he's like, guys, I gotta go, and I gotta go now. And he hung up, and he vacuumed the house.
Daigo, who are you asking? I make you a Hello Kitty. What's your favorite color? Who are you asking? Because I need to know, so I don't answer accidentally if it's not for me. Oh, it's for me? Alright. I have 3 favorite colors. Yellow, pink, and purple are my 3 favorites. Sorry, it's just I sometimes answer questions that are not for me. And so I was just making sure it was for me. So, sorry about that.
Uh, anyway, he cleaned up the floors. He vacuumed her room, the hallway, the living room, swept the kitchen and laundry room. But the evidence was still there of stuff because I had this really, really thin white powdery substance all across my cabinets, and everything in the kitchen was just coated with this really tiny, fine powder stuff. And I was like, the house smells good. What in the world happened? And that's when
Baby powder.
he told me that he didn't realize that she had got quiet and was not in the same room as him. But what it was that it started stirring up was she had got bored with dumping half the bottle, because it was a big bottle like this, and like that big around. It was cornstarch baby powder.
Children get into so much mischief.
And she dumped half the bottle through my house. And how he started smelling it, she was jumping in it and stirring it up. And that's how it got on all my countertops in my kitchen with this little fine dust of powder, because she was jumping in it and it was up in the air throughout the house. That way it circulate, and that's how he smelled it, was from her jumping in it. And it was like a cloud of baby powder throughout my whole house because she was jumping around the floor and stirring it up. And that's when he noticed. Not the fact that it was from her bedroom, down the hallway, in the living room, and in the kitchen and in the laundry room.
He didn't notice the jumping. It was when he smelled it. Now, can I tell you the story when I was in school and I tried to hide from you?
Kitchen. What?
Remember, I like to hide from you. Because I didn't like to go to school. Remember, I would hide in the closet, get on my tablet, watch stuff when I got up early.
Oh, no.
You don't remember that? I remember that as like it was yesterday. I would get in the closet under all the stuffed animals, and I would get on my tablet and watch The Annoying Orange. Until I wasn't allowed to watch it anymore, because there was a no-no word. And then I went to play Minecraft, and I said the no-no word. And I got a spanking for that. And he said, "Where'd you hear that?" I said, "I was just watching this, and he said it." He said, "Alright, you're not allowed to watch that anymore." So, I was hiding, and then you found me. You found me because you could hear it, because I didn't have earbuds or anything, and you found me because you could hear it.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but
I remember it like it was yesterday. There were several of these scenarios I remember like it was yesterday.
But you would tell the one where I came in the room trying to wake you up and then couldn't find you.
Well, I know, but I want to tell all the ones that happened before that. I tried to hide in the bathtub. One time I was excited, and I got ready, and I was already in the car before she was even awake. I have no idea how you didn't notice I left the house and was in the car, but I did. But there was one day she came to get me up, because I would try to hide far back in the covers, but she would still find me. So what I did was I had this giant purple bunny from Easter, and I hid under the covers between its legs, is where my head was. She couldn't see me. She pulled down the covers, couldn't find me. That's what I remember. I was, from my perspective.
You had that bunny, but
it was on the bed.
Yes,
but there was other stuffed animals with it.
Her whole bed was nothing but stuffed animals from one end to the other, and this was a twin-size bed. She had this big giant bunny rabbit,
and I was hiding between his legs.
A whole bunch of other stuffed animals. And I went to wake her up, and I couldn't find her. And I looked, and I was like, "Wait a minute, where did she go?" I even checked the rest of the house.
You checked in the closet. You checked in the bathroom.
Yeah, I went and hit little man's room and looked. I'm like, maybe she was sleeping on the couch and I missed her. She wasn't there. Went back in her room. Moved just a little bit.
I think you called Dad though. You were talking to him and explaining you couldn't find me until I just barely moved watching you.
And I was panicking because I couldn't find her. I literally called her dad, and in her room, I was on the phone with him, and she finally moved. And I was like, "Oh, there she is." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "She was here in her bed the whole time, but she was covered in so many stuffed animals. She blended in. Even her pajamas had little animal characters on them, and so she looked like the rest of her stuffed animals in the bed." So, and if it wasn't for her moving, I wouldn't have found her.
I didn't want to go to school. I hid.
Yeah, I did start panicking because I could not find her, and I was hollering for her. She wouldn't answer.
I didn't want to go. But I remember like it was yesterday.
But yeah, she did. She had stuffed animals from one end of that bed to the other. And she would sleep like that. She would sleep with all these stuffed animals all around her and on top of her at night.
Hey, it was comfortable.
Whew, can you believe we've been on here for an hour and 21 minutes, almost 22?
Yes. Yes, I can. With how much sugar I've had and all the stories I want to tell, yes. Yes, I can.
You want to show your...
Oh, my pillow that I've been kneading and throwing around everywhere. Waiting for you to say something like, oh yeah, you want to show your pillow? And I'm just like, I'm kneading my pillow. It's right here.
You're kneading a pillow like a cat.
Yes, I said several times, I'm a cat now. I'm kneading the pillow. But
I will let her show her pillow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. But it's a little kitty cat pillow. And we got it today from Dollar General. I love it because it's pink and it's got kitty cats. And now I shall disappear.
Yeah, little man, I had plans to make him a regular cake for his birthday, but he wanted these, I call them, cake brownies?
Yeah.
It's really simple recipe. I have to adjust my oven because my oven don't heat right, but the recipe is 1 cake mix, 2 eggs, 5 tablespoons of butter melted, mix that up, and then 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and you mix that up, put it in a cake pan, and bake it for, it says 20 minutes. I do mine at it's 350 temperature. I do mine at 360 and for 30 minutes. But I wanted him to pick out, because the only thing I had here as far as chips go, was butterscotch, and he didn't want butterscotch. But anyway, he picked out
I keep getting your
red velvet, white chocolate chips, and peanut butter chips, Reese Pieces peanut butter. So we made that tonight for his birthday, and don't know how it's going to taste. I've never tried this combination. This is what he picked. It sounds pretty good. I was okay with the white chocolate, but I don't know how the peanut butter ones are going to go with this, but...
And it's red velvet cake. I'm surprised Daigo hasn't said anything about the stories.
Oh, she may have gone, because there's only 6 people in here.
5.
Mine's showing 6.
Now it's 6. Daigo said, happy birthday, little man.
Yeah, he'll be 9. And he was born, she was 12:45.
Daigo said I had to take a call, sorry.
That's alright.
It's fine. It happens. It's just these
Um,
stories are hilarious. I was surprised you didn't
Let's
say
see.
anything.
She was born December 1st at 12:45 in the afternoon. He was born on September 17th at 4:45 in the evening.
You know specifically when? What about for me?
I just said you didn't pay attention.
No.
12:45.
When? In the morning or
Afternoon.
afternoon? Imagine if it was like 12:45 in the morning. Just no.
Because I had a doctor's appointment. I couldn't have gone to the doctor at 12:45 in the morning. Unless I was in the ER, and I wasn't in the ER. It was a regular doctor's appointment.
Oh. I mean, it would be interesting if it was in the morning.
Apparently I was early in the morning.
Okay. That's nice. And like I said, my birthday is December 22nd. Wow, our birthdays are in the same month?
Her due date was the 19th. And my mom got really excited because my mom's birthday is December 20th. But later on, when I talked to my mother-in-law, they said, yeah, you're going to have that baby before that. They got your due date wrong. So, and she wasn't wrong. She was right. She was 2 weeks early. And
I mean, at least it's not like right next to Christmas.
yeah, with her, I was having back labor. Didn't know it. I just knew that I couldn't sit still because my back was bothering me. And it didn't hurt. I couldn't get comfortable. I had just gotten the doctor to take and put me off that Saturday before. She was born on a Monday. And because it was so close to Thanksgiving, it was actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving I had got off work that they put me on maternity leave. And then the following Monday, I had her. I had a doctor's appointment that day.
And what I've noticed about my birthday being in December while little man's birthday is in September is he gets more things than I do on his birthday than I do on mine. Because I normally get like one or two things, but then again, my birthday's really close to Christmas.
Well, not only that, you like really expensive stuff too.
Yeah, I do.
Sorry.
It's sad because you usually make the price limit however high he goes for what he chooses whenever we get to get stuff. Or you'll just pre-set it for like 10. And then whatever I want is always over that.
Oh, when we go do regular shopping.
Yes.
Stuff.
But the sad thing is I like name brand stuff that's from like video games and TV shows that I watch.
Got to take my allergy medicine.
Because I love collecting these little fox plushies from a game I like to play and watch people play because it's a scary game and I love to see them scream. Because it's funny. And the sad thing is when I go play scary games, I'm a screamer. Mom knows. She's heard me scream several times. At least I don't scream as often, though.
Well, little man screams just about as loud as you do.
Yeah, but no, what I'm talking about is Andrew the Screaming Banshee.
Mm.
He's constantly screaming.
No, but when little man gets scared from games, he screams just about as loud as you do. And it's high pitched too.
He screams like a little girl. So does the Screaming Banshee. But his is just constant.
I think we've been on here long enough.
So. Yeah, I'm not done.
Well, we gotta be on here tomorrow. We don't want to bore everybody.
Alright, fine. I'll go bore my friend then. Dago said, I know how you feel. Depending on how many presents we had under the tree, I got to open the one on my birthday.
Your granny, she didn't get a lot of her birthday was not separate because she had a twin.
She had a twin though, and they had the same birthday.
Well, yeah, she's a twin.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's twins at my school. They loved to play pranks on the teachers. One time they swapped classes. One time they were in the same reading class and they swapped seats. And then after one's homework got checked, they swapped seats again. And she had to go all the way back to the other side of the room because they were on opposite sides of the room just to check the other one's homework.
Yeah, Granny's birthday is 5 days. Her granny, my mom. Her and her twin birthday is 5 days before Christmas.
Yes, the 20th.
And so a lot of times she said that their birthday and Christmas got put together and they didn't get to do it until Christmas Day. So they got their Christmas present and their birthday present on the same at the same time. And but at least you get gifts from me and Daddy.
Yeah.
And stuff.
If it's not too expensive.
Well, check this one out. Okay, your aunt, one of your aunts, her birthday is November 21st. Right? My dad would get her a gift. Mine is January 4th.
You got a card.
All I got was a card.
That's kind of sad.
I had no money. I didn't even get $5.
Daigo said, that's when I was a kid. I have 7 brothers and 3 sisters. I share my birthday with one of my older sisters. 7 brothers? I can barely deal with one. How do you deal with that?
Not so loud.
I'm sorry, but I never had a birthday party growing up. Oh, I'm sorry.
I very rarely got birthday parties because mine was in January.
If I ever got one, it was normally on Thanksgiving when I was very young, and then after that it was during the summer at the church because
you and brother wanted summer toys, and I couldn't get a hold of summer toys in the middle of winter.
Yeah, and also that's when family members would actually come out to see us. Because they had just see me mainly because it was Thanksgiving and my birthday's right after that. They don't want to come out again. So.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I would only get a card from my dad for my birthday. And I asked him that one day. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you gave my sister a gift for her birthday. You gave us something for Christmas. And then my birthday comes around and I just get a card. And he says, well, I spent all the money on Christmas time, so, and I didn't have any money to get you anything but a card for your birthday. I said, well, at least he got that, and he remembered my birthday.
I mean, that's fair enough. It's just sometimes I get a little jealous of him because he gets so much stuff, and then I'm just like, okay.
His stuff is cheaper. You want the expensive stuff that's $200, $300.
At least give me a FNAF plushie or something. Well, back then I wasn't into that though. I was into Pokemon though. Hi.
Because even now, if you look at your wish list on Amazon compared to his wish list, your stuff is more expensive than his stuff on the wish list.
Okay, yes, but the stuff I'm into is like name brand and like from video games, very popular stuff, and it's going to be more expensive because it's more popular.
Well, we better get off here. It's already been an hour, almost an hour and 35 minutes.
I will go talk my friend's ear off.
And we are going to be going kind of early to take little man
Yeah,
to do.
but I know I'm still gonna be up for a while. I'm still high on sugar.
Guess what? You get to go take a shower. Yep.
I want to talk my friend's ear off. And then take
No.
a shower.
Because me and Daddy's going to get in the shower in the morning. You can go get you a shower.
So let me guess, you're going to bed.
I don't know.
I want to talk my friend's ear
I'm
off.
going to at least put some foil over the cake.
Why can't I take a shower until I go
Anyway,
to bed?
well, good night, y'all. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing a giveaway.
This message is held for review. I vow to always give my kids a party for their birthday. I have 3 children. They're adults now. My eldest is 24, and I had a small birthday celebration.
Just hit allow, because you're a moderator.
I guess because it said I vowed or something.
I don't know.
Or it said like ages and stuff. It's like my eldest is 42.
I don't know.
It's like giving information about them. Because that's what it says. It's, hold on, where is it? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
Yeah.
So I guess
Anyway,
that's what I was
we're
asking.
going to be up kind of early tomorrow, so.
I'm still wide awake.
What time is it anyway?
11:08.
Yeah, it's getting late.
But
We
I'm
gotta
high
get up
on
early.
sugar.
We got an hour drive to where we're going.
I can sleep during that.
Oh, in the truck?
Yes. You give me a pillow, I can sleep.
Yeah. As much as that truck bounces, and the road we're taking, we're not taking Shooting Creek. We're taking Candace Gap.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Candace Gap, it's like literally almost straight up and washboard,
This
ruts,
is awesome. Good night, sweet dreams.
potholes. It's not a very well maintained road. And it's one lane. You can't pass anybody on this road. It's a mountain road. You look off one side and you can see treetops and a creek. And it's like way down there.
It's like, you fall down there, you goodbye.
This is white knuckle holding on to the handles and hoping and pray.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hoping and pray nobody else is coming up the road. Unless they're behind you. Because if they're coming down the hill and you're going up, there is nowhere to go. So, anyway, it's an hour drive. And
we have Charity High just heading to bed. Left my thumb night. Have fun.
who was that?
And no deer. Deer dookied on the car.
Yeah, hopefully we don't run into any deer.
That was Sanita makes crochet items.
Sanita.
I'm sorry, I'm not good with names.
She must have been lurking. Anyway, well, we will let y'all go. And y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening and weekend. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow evening for little man's birthday. All right, we'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.